Network brings you baseball from Yankee Stadium. Today, it's the second of this three-game series between the New York Mets and the New York Yankees. The Yankees have played excellent baseball of late. They'll try to bring their win streak to a baker's dozen next. Domingo Germán will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a look at a guy that's really dependable. Last three starts, ERA just under 3.00, and that's some pretty good pitching. Minimizes the amount of walks, keeps his hits down, and if he can do more of the same of that, he should have some pretty good fortune in this one here today.
Jonathan Villar started to go around, but it's a called strike, 0-1. Well, this Yankee ball club entering play this afternoon here, all you can really say is they've been on one heck of a run.
Matty, this is the best team in baseball right now. Just a double-digit winning streak that, I mean, maybe happens to 2 or 3 teams a year you get this hot. This team is rocking in all facets right now, and they're a fun watch.
Inside, as he might be trying to set him up here 1-2. Our temperature not quite as hot as we'd expected, 85 degrees the reading at first pitch. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a little tapper.
Put that in the memory bank. First time he breaks out a curveball right there, and it's a pretty good one.
Again, a 1-2. Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side. Another 1-2.
I don't blame the pitcher one bit for trying to get the chase right there. He's been fouling everything off. He's still got the entire arsenal open to him, so we'll see what pitch he comes with next.
And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
He's definitely going to want to get greedy in his zone, and he's obviously seeing the ball well, or he would have swung at that pitch. Sometimes in these long, epic at-bats, you start to get into swing mode.
Neither guy giving in. Here's the next one. And he'll finally just wear him down as this one swung on and missed for the first out. Digging in next, Brandon Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo.
And now the first pitch. Just getting started here in the Bronx. Into center field, line drive, base hit.
Nice piece of hitting right there. Kept his shoulders square, his hands inside the baseball, and was able to fight off a good, nice executed pitch for a knock.
So now to the plate, Dominic Smith, as he'll take a look at ball one. He enters play with 14 home runs to his credit this year. The set and the 1-0 pitch. Popped up. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball.
I know that fastball registered at about 92, 93, but I guarantee you it looked about 4 to 5 miles an hour faster than that for this offensive player. After coming off a curveball, the old push the throttle and pull it is being used.
set, and the 2-1 pitch. Back up the middle. And that's through for a hit. Now a long throw to third. And he is in there.
Hey, a little top of the order lightning right here, Dan. The second and third guys in the batting order throw knocks out there, and now you're staring a monster in the face.
Zero, this is just what you don't want to face as a pitcher, right? You get the 2 and 3 hole guys up, and all of a sudden now it's 4, 5, and 6 going to have to get through the meat of this tough batting order.
So now to the plate, Pete Alonso. He's a long ball threat, of course, currently number 4 in the National League home run race.
This guy's just what you're looking for if you're looking for one of your corner spots to have some power. Not only glove work on one of the corner positions, but lots of thunder in that bat.
Awesome execution right there. Great pitcher's pitch and an excellent job to get ahead in a tough spot.
This is line to left. Gardner makes the catch. Now here comes the runner from third. The tag, and he is out at the plate. So much for our first run of the ball game. Mets leave 1-0 in the Mets half of the first. The Yankees' first set of swings coming up. Crosstown action on MLB Network. Noah Syndergaard, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, this guy's had a really solid season, and what shows me that more than anything, solid 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, and if he continues to do that, he'll pitch really well in this one.
Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu. First at bat for him as he enters play third in the American League batting race.
Hey, not a bad year for a second baseman. There's some really good two-sackers out there, but second basemen aren't typically where you expect to have one of your better hitters.
And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Well, and he's got him in the palm of his hand now. It's 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Yanked the slider across that time, laid off for a ball.
Yeah, doubled up on the slider away there. Got him to go after it before, so why not see if he'll offer at it again?
One and two, here it comes. Hit hard up the middle. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning. Well, when you're going as well as he is, not even a 2-strike count is going to get in your way.
Yeah, Matty, he's having a monster season, well over 300. Right there, when you're feeling that confident at the plate, it doesn't matter what the count is. You're willing to go deep and still feel confident.
And that'll bring up Aaron Judge as he begins this one as the 4th leading hitter in the American League.
Guy does a lot of different things in the ball field. Not only has this guy been a hit machine all year, but he also leads the league in runs scored right now. So you have to give credit to the guys behind him who are driving him in as he's been getting on all season long.
Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
It's a lot easier to hit when you're putting yourself in good hitters counts. This guy's done a great job not swinging at pitchers' pitches. And when he's getting the ball in the zone, he's getting the barrel to it. He's been hot lately.
Too tight with that one. 3-0.
This inning hasn't started ideally for him on the mound, but here on 3-0, you have to have the mentality that you're only a strike and or a ground ball double play away from getting back on track.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
Great job by the pitcher right there, changing eye levels. We all know he's a sinker ball pitcher, but if he could throw some 4-seamers up in the zone like that, it could work for him.
There's ball 4.
huge innings have begun with much less, I can tell you that.
Batting
First and
third,
second, no out, and the guy on the bump really needs a strikeout or a double play right here.
So next to bat will be Aaron Hicks. And what a season he's having. Entering play, leading the league in 2 of the 3 Triple Crown categories. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2. On to first, and they get them both. With that, it's time to check out the starting lineup for the hometown Yankees. Danny, who stands out to you?
Well, Matt, we all know it. The man to watch, Giancarlo Stanton. He hit over 350 last month. Just consistent at-bats all throughout the month. He was tough to pitch to, hitting good pitching and hit poor pitching as well. We'll see if he stays hot here.
And now, Giancarlo Stanton. He's currently 4th in the AL in RBIs, and he's got a chance to add to that total right here.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising to me. I mean, he's a good player, but I don't think many pegged him as one of the best run producers in the game coming into this year. But he's having a breakout year, no question about it.
No balls and a strike to count. Comes set, the 0-1. LeMahieu at third with 2 away. Popped into the air, back behind second. VR is there for it. No problem with this one, and the inning is over. I think a few of these folks need to get out of the sun. We're off to the second, scoreless on MLB Network. Now to the plate, Michael Conforto. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
The right fielder, number 30, Michael Conforto.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Line hard to center field. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
As we take a look at the replay here, you can see that it was a hanging changeup. Nice job of staying back on it, and he's able to tattoo it for a double. And you know, if that pitch would have supplied more velocity, it might have been out of here. He hit it right on the screws.
So here's Francisco Lindor now. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. He comes in with that average down in the 240s. 8 home runs and 32 driven in. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Balls and strikes belong to Mr. Jerry Hillsdale.
Dero, Jerry Hillsdale might be one of the more solid everyday umpires in the league right now.
Yeah, I think he's one of the best in the business, Dan. High praise all around. You go into both meetings with the managers, and what do? They rave about Jerry Hillsdale.
The 1-2. Hit hard towards center. That's in there. Base hit. Long throw to the plate. And not in time as the run scores.
Dan, that had to be missed execution right there. 2 strikes on the batter. You throw a breaking ball, but you leave it up a little bit for him to be able to drive it into the out.
No doubt about it, Dero. 2-strike breaking ball intended to be at the ankles or below, to even bounce it to get him to chase and swing. Too good of a pitch with a breaking ball with 2 strikes to this hitter.
As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He comes in with that average down in the 240s. 14 homers and 47 RBIs. in the dirt. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch. A runner at second, nobody out. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
He's certainly pushing the throttle and pulling it with those 4 pitches. Statistics class tells me I'm sitting fast.
Liner toward right center. And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. Now this will rattle up against the wall as he arrives at second without a play, as also on the play a run comes across to score. So much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to pick your teammates up when you're given the chance, and he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
Now the 1-0. No one out with a runner at second. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1. He's fallen behind now. 3-1.
It's clear he just hasn't been able to find any rhythm out there. Pretty much unable to hit any of his spots, and now he's at 3-1, and he's put him into another great hitting count.
And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike 2. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. Next up for New York, James McCann. It was a 2-hit effort for him, including a home run in last night's game. First pitch coming. Here it is. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Liner towards second, but this is going to be hauled in out there at second base for out number 2.
Now batting, second baseman, Jonathan.
Digging in, the switch hitter, Jonathan Villar. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First delivery to him. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Even though it's early on in this one, anytime you get runners in scoring position, you'd like to knock them in.
Here's the 0-1.
On 0-2 here, he doesn't have to give in with a great pitch to hit. He's got a base open, so he has to focus on making a good pitch right here.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground. The 0-2 once more. Sent on the ground out to second. Gloved by LeMahieu. Throw on to Vogt takes care of him, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. On now to the bottom of the second. It's the Mets 2 and the Yankees nothing. Stepping up is Gleyber Torres. Power is a big part of his game, of course, entering the contest 5th in the American League home run race.
And not surprisingly, he's also near the top of the league in slugging percentage, which means not every ball's leaving the yard. A lot of extra base hits in this guy's arsenal.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Two and 0.
Well, this is a spot you'd like to be in. 2-0, good hitter. He's going to turn it loose right here.
And there's the first strike, 2-1. Syndergaard has a reputation, or a knack, if you will, for working himself out of tough situations when he finds himself there. A lot of relief pitchers are known for that, obviously, but as a starter, that's certainly a valuable characteristic to have.
Matty V, and I'm going to tell you who likes this. The bullpen likes it, and the manager likes this, because most pitchers are going to get into trouble at least 1 or 2 times during the course of a start, and it's nice to know as a manager that you have a guy that's out there that can pitch with men on base and wiggle out of some tough jams. This guy's made a living doing this in his career.
The 3-2 pitch. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
Batting 6th, the first baseman.
Okay, here's how the Mets are lining up defensively. And let's focus on Michael Conforto. He's definitely known for that sweet left-handed swing in the top of the order. But he's no slouch defensively as well, showing the ability to come in on baseballs, make diving catches, and throw guys out at the plate.
Next, here is Luke Voit. He enters play 6th in the American League in the batting race.
One of the best hitters in baseball, and he does it with some damage, too. Lots of extra base hits. He's in the top 5 in the league in slugging percentage as well.
1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0.
Whew, that was some gas. Triple digits on the radar gun.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
Get it ready, big boy. This guy's throwing 3 digits right here. The best way I can help the fans is 90 to 92, you can usually see seams. 92 to 95, it starts to really quicken up on you. Over 3 digits, you're seeing a white blur.
So all in all, they'll have a man aboard after the strikeout. So they'll slap an error on the catcher there, and you can tell he's not happy back there. Next to stand in is Gio Urshela. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and 1 gone. He's set and the pitch. Voit, base runner at first with 1 out. Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count and the pitch. And he looks at a sinker for a called 3rd strike, and now there are 2 gone.
My man on the mound has just got great strikeout stuff working for him these days. Looking back at his last start, he racked up 9 Ks, and now he's looking like he could put up similar numbers in this one.
Into the box now, Gary Sanchez. He grounds it sharply to 3rd. And he will hasten his way back to first, where he's in there safely. Throw on to first, and they'll escape the danger created by the error. The inning is over. 1 left for the Yankees. They trail it here 2-0.
Welcome back to the Bronx, where these fans have witnessed a lot of good pitching from their Yankees this season. With the lowest team ERA in the league, it's clear they typically post solid outing after solid outing. And one of the members of their coaching staff told me a big part of that has come from their ability to limit the long ball, a category they also lead the league in. He said that forces the opposing lineups to really string together hits in order to score, because a bloop and a blast is just not something you're going to get off of us. Guys, this appears to be a really tough group of pitchers to barrel up.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. First offering on its way.
You know, a lot of guys don't like to swing at the first pitch. That might be the case with this one right here. Took a wheelhouse fastball, 0-0, center cut. Didn't even give the impression he was swinging.
1-1 the count. Now here it comes. And he goes the other way as this is hit high and deep out to straightaway left. And gone right down the line the other way. Wow. So a solo shot down the line in left. Home run number 16 for him on the year. And the Mets have taken a 3-0 lead.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows you got to start with the numero uno, number one, man. You got to get on the heater and adjust to everything else, and he did just that.
Into the box, Dominic Smith, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Liner in there for a base hit. So that's a pair of hits for him now this afternoon as he lines that one sharply into right. And that'll bring us to our Mets leaderboard. And as you can see, he's currently second on the ball club in that department. Up next, the power bat of Pete Alonso as he'll take a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. A ball and a strike to the Mets first baseman.
Boy, the curveball just hasn't been there this afternoon, and this is this guy's bread and butter pitch, especially when he gets ahead of hitters. He needs to find that curveball again.
The 1-1 home. Waves and misses for strike number 2. I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Wow, was he behind that fastball? Great job on the mound using the curveball to set up the heater.
And they could go either way now, I suppose. And this is on the ground to short. Could be 2. LeMahieu for 1. To Voit in time for the double play.
The right fielder, number 30, Michael Conforto.
So base is empty now after the double play. And that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Michael Conforto, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1.
Well, even though these two teams are in different leagues, they do play each other every year because of the crosstown rivalry, and it's always pretty fun.
Yeah, and for the players, Matt, they love it. Not only is there more on the line than usual, like bragging rights, but they're not having to stay at hotels and all that. It's just like a normal home game where they're driving to a different ballpark.
A two-seamer there as this is fouled off to the left side.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
Oh, not cheated on that one. It's 2-2.
Hey, without question, he got him leaning out over right there. 4 pitches away, I'd be diving out over the plate as well. And then he dominates him on the inside corner. Nice pitch.
This is on the ground over to first. And Voit will take this one over to the bag, and that ends the inning. But add on one more as the solo shot stretches their lead even further. We played 2.5. It's 3-0 New York. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And standing in is the veteran outfielder, Brett Gardner.
Hey, Matty, they need to get some offense going in this one. Getting a run back in this inning, give them a little bit of confidence that they can keep up in this game.
And here is strike 1 call to the 37-year-old veteran up there. 0-1. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
The next 0-2. Popped up. And no one will get this one.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
Fouled off. Here he comes again, 1-2. Pitch is swung on and hit toward VR at second. Scooped up, and there's one away.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Stepping in once again is DJ LeMahieu, singled in his last at-bat.
Yeah, guys, still the only hit in this game so far. They've been pretty well shut down. Guys on the mound have really much controlled the whole outcome up until this point.
Strike taken as that one catches the outer part of the plate. One and two now as that one's fouled off. One out, nobody on. High fly ball out to straightaway center.
Waiting on it is Nimmo.
And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
The designated hitter, number 99, Aaron.
Here's big Aaron Judge. Worked a walk in his first plate appearance. Now here's the pitch. And a good pitch on the inside corner for strike one.
Two-out lightning definitely applies to this offense. If this two-hole hitter can get on, they could start something serious.
Right there, and it's quickly 0-2 now.
He's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively than he did the first time when he faced him and issued a walk, coming right after him here.
Now a ball slapped hard the opposite way. Conforto gets there for the catch, and that ends the inning. So the Yanks go 1-2-3, still down 3-0. Start of the fourth upcoming, but first Heidi Watney standing by with a report.
Matt, during the break, I caught up with the Mets manager to discuss his thoughts on his club's offense so far, and flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. He said he's been really happy with how many balls they've hit hard and on a line. Looking at the numbers, they've had 7 total line drives, and even though some of those have resulted in outs, he says it's that kind of consistent contact that leads to W's in the standings.
Thank you, Heidi. Francisco Lindor is in to start things off as he looks at a ball to start the inning. 1-0. That evens it up 1-1. Now here it comes. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. And this one bounds around against the wall. Lindor takes the turn at third. He wants it all. Safe at the plate. And they lead now by 4.
The fans are not happy, and I can't blame them. And inside the Parker on that hit, there's simply no excuse for that. And everyone in the ballpark knows it. We'll see if he can shake it off and get out of the top half of this inning.
Sent out to straightaway center field. After it is Hicks. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning.
Now batting, designated hitter, Jose Martinez.
Into the box, Jose Martinez struck out in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. All over that one, but a little out in front. Foul ball. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And it's fouled away. A breaking ball swung on and missed, and he's set down for the second time this afternoon.
Pretty textbook breaking ball for the punch out right there. Got it to bend a lot, and by the time it got there, it had fallen completely out of the zone. Not much you can do with that pitch.
Standing in now, James McCann, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Curveball hit on the ground to shortstop. Torres brings it in. Throw on to Voit takes care of him, and the inning is over. Fair to say, Oh, my goodness. These folks are not headed for a career on Broadway. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Ready now is Aaron Hicks. He'll start things out against Noah Syndergaard as this inning is underway. First pitch on its way. The 1-1.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
The 2-1 home. Takes a pitch for strike number 2. Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at-bat going. The 2-2 one more time. Is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
Wow, this guy's mowing right through this lineup right now, but that's what happens when you don't get a chance to see a pitcher very often. That's one of the things that are helpful when you're pitching in interleague games. It's always a good advantage for the pitcher because the hitters don't get to see that guy very often.
And digging into the batter's box next will be Giancarlo Stanton, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. Stanton playing here in his age 31 season. This is his 12th season in the big league, so he's put together a really nice career to this point.
Yeah, Matty, this guy has had an amazing career. And you know what? It's a testament to how hard he's worked, the changes he's had to make. This is a game of adjustments, and you don't hang around this long if you're not prepared to make some adjustments along the way.
And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. Drilled down the line, but this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. And this pitch is swung on and missed, and the AL's leading hitter is set down on strikes, 2 away.
Certainly not showing any signs of intimidation with these middle of the order guys. That's back-to-back Ks, and the 3 and 4 guys are harmlessly back in the dugout.
And that'll bring up Gleyber Torres. Push softly over toward the right side, but an easy play over at first to glove it, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. They trail here 4-0. Now back to the top of the Mets order, digging in, Jonathan Villar. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First delivery to him as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1.
Lots of hits given up, but so far no walks. At least he's making them work to get on base. Problem is, they haven't had to work too hard.
Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. The 1-1. Fouled away. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Swing and a miss there as the breaking ball takes care of him for the first out.
Pitching 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and everything's going to be fine. In that strikeout, he never threw the same pitch twice in a row, and he won the battle because of it.
So here's Brandon Nimmo as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. And there are 2 away now.
The left fielder,
so the bases are empty here with 2 gone. And that'll bring up the left-handed bat of Dominic Smith. Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Into the corner and slicing foul. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. Down in order go the Mets, but they hold a 4-0 lead. Welcome back to the Bronx as we check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Yankees manager Aaron Boone during the break about the team's offensive performance so far, and he told me he'd like to see a lot more aggressiveness in their at-bats the rest of the game. He said the problem is they're allowing themselves to fall behind in the count way too often, which is forcing them to constantly be in protect mode and swing at bat pitches. A lot of their outs have come from at-bats where they've fallen behind, so the focus going forward needs to be about being the aggressor early in the at-bats.
All right, Heidi, thank you. First pitch on the way. Luke Voigt will stand in for the second time as he watches one miss low. It's a ball and no strikes. That's wide, 2-0. Too high, and it's 3-0.
Hey, throwing the ball great up until this point. Don't want to allow a leadoff walk. Needs to just focus in on his mechanics right here.
A rare 3-0 curveball drops in, 3-1. Lifted down the line in left. And it's a foul ball. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And that misses ball 4 now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the 5th underway.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Gio Urshela is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1.
Hey, I don't blame him for giving up on that curveball. That was a rainbow coming out of the sky. Stole a strike.
And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2.
He hasn't thrown that pitch much all game. I got to believe as an offense, you just got to throw that pitch away and move on to the next one.
The next 0-2 pitch to him misses outside. Hit in the air down the right field line. Long run for the right fielder. A dive, and he can't hang on. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
Well, that's what's so disappointing as a pitcher, Hero. You make a really good pitch, and yet this guy's so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, you hand your batting gloves to the first base coach right there, and you thank your lucky stars. That's a nice AB.
To the plate now, Gary Sanchez. As he'll watch a sinker here that misses. It's ball 1.
Well, they've yet to hang a number on the scoreboard, but it looks like they've got a great opportunity from the breakthrough. Going to be pretty demoralizing if they can't.
Now the 1-0. Now a curveball knocked down at home plate. The runners will hold, but meanwhile the count moves to 2-0. Oh, this ball is hammered out to deep center field. Looking up is Nimmo. Gone off the center field windows. So a 3-run blast to deep center here. Number 13 for him on the year as it's trimmed to a 4-3 game now. I'm sure you know it's coming after that bomb. That's right. Let's check it out on Show Track. And as the numbers come in, we see it was projected at over 450 feet. An incredible home run to watch.
Now batting, left field.
So here's the veteran, Brett Gardner.
Gardner.
Drops one down here, and he'll try to beat it out. And Gardner will beat it out, safe at first base.
Hey, after that base knock right there, he's in the double digits, Dero. That's a 10-game hitting streak.
Oh, you're talking about double digits, Dan. Now it's getting firm. We're seeing the batting average go up. We're seeing the homers go up. We're seeing the RBIs go up. Everything is moving north.
And that sends DJ LeMahieu into the box. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball one. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Strike taken, good bender on the outside there.
If you're on the mound right here, you got to trust your catcher and execute. You know who's coming up to the plate.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Oh, right back to him on the mound. Throw won't get him. A quick out number 1.
Here's one that you don't see too often, right? Safe at second base, but out at first. Great hustle there from the runner going into second. Really showed off his speed.
Now he'll step out at the plate and reassess things here. In now, Aaron Judge, as the first pitch misses high and inside for ball 1. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out. The 1-0 is swung on and missed, strike 1. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. So here is Aaron Hicks. The base knock to the outfield could score the tying run from second. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1.
He certainly has an open base down there, but you don't want your defender standing flat-footed for much longer.
The set and the 1-0. He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. And they take the lead. It's gone. So it's a 2-run shot to right center. Number 33 on the year. As they will take the lead here, it's now a 5-4 ball game.
Boy, when this guy gets in the groove, he can hit him, and when he hits him in bunches. Hit a home run in last night's game, and if they continue to pitch him on the outer part of the plate, look out, this guy's going to do some major damage.
Now
Giancarlo Stanton now.
Giancarlo.
As he'll send a ground ball down to third. Throw in time for the third out, but it certainly took a while as the inning is finally over. So give him 5 runs in the inning, with the big blows being the 2 home runs. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. It's the Yankees 5 and the Mets 4. Wandy Peralta takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 60, Wandy Peralta.
So here's Pete Alonso. He was a double play victim last time around.
Yeah, rolling into a 2-ball will eat at you for the rest of the game at least, so you know he wants to make up for it right here.
Here's the first pitch to him. left side. Torres scoops it up. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the sixth.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
Stepping in now, Michael Conforto. Yes, he'll take a look at ball one. He's 1 for 2 in this one. And he looks at a changeup in there, 1-1.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. And quickly, there are 2 away.
Now batting, the shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
So next to hit is Francisco Lindor. In his career versus this pitcher, he's 1 for 3. Here's the first pitch. Now a big swing by Lindor, and he connects. This one's carrying well. Gardner has to retreat to the track, but he has it to retire the side. Mets go down 1-2-3, and the deficit holds at 5-4. Amelia enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the sixth.
Number 27, Juris Familia.
Bottom of the sixth inning now, and digging in is the big-time power threat, Gleyber Torres.
Gleyber Torres.
From the stretch, ball 1. Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. Hit down the third baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. And he lays off, so it's full now, 3-2.
Wow, talk about a waste pitch on 2-2. That one wasn't even close. I don't know anyone that would have swung at that pitch.
Count is full. Here's the pitch. To short, hit hard. He's got it. And there's one down now.
Now batting, first baseman, Luke.
Next for New York, Luke Voigt. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Now here's the first offering.
Look at the radar gun on that slider. Off-speed pitch, 91 miles an hour. That's just pure filth.
Awfully close with the slider there, but it's 1-1. And it looks now like a right-hander's begun to get loose in the Mets bullpen. The 1-1 home. Heading out towards shallow right. In there, a base hit.
That can't bother you too bad, Dan, right there. Power guy at the plate, and you're able to get in his kitchen.
Boy, that's a tough one to swallow, right? These big, strong guys, they like to get their arms extended. That wasn't that bad of a pitch, but he's just so strong that he's able to muscle that into the outfield grass.
That'll bring in Giovanni Urshela. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Pitch is way outside, and that's straight to the backstop. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
Well, when a reliever comes in a game, he always wants to make a big impression, but I don't think uncorking a wild one was what he had in mind. Sometimes it takes a reliever a little bit of time to be comfortable on the mound out there, so we'll see if he can settle in.
Strike 2 swinging just out in front of the slider.
Yeah, guys, he's got so much respect for this guy's fastball. You could tell he was out in front on that slider. I think he goes to the well one more time with that pitch.
And that'll get down out there for extra bases. Voit is on his way home. He will score, and they now lead by 2. Boy, that double was an absolute missile.
Yeah, man, you can't fault the outfielder too much either. The line drive was hit right at him, and I think it took a minute to gauge where it was going, so I think he misjudged it a bit. The end result, the ball gets down, and the hitter is standing at second base with a solid double.
Gary Sanchez will stand in as he's accounted for one of the biggest at-bats of the game so far. A 3-run shot back in the 5th that's really energized his ball club. First pitch of the AB now, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike 1. Grounded back up the middle, fielded cleanly, and boy, just about overshot his man at first, but he's able to keep a foot on the bag over there, and that's out number 2.
The left fielder, number 11, Brett Gardner.
Here's Brett Gardner now. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Here's a fly ball, well hit. Going back is the right fielder. At the track, the wall, gone. He finds the short porch for a home run. So a 2-run homer down the line in right field. 8th home run on the season for him, and they double him up. It's 8-4.
One of the best qualities of this pitcher is keeping the ball in the ballpark. He's not an easy guy to get the ball up in the air again, so he's going to have to regroup a little bit here. He's not used to giving up home runs.
Joe Lucchesi, the 6'5" left-hander, takes over on the mound now.
Number 47, Joey Lucchesi.
Into the box now, DJ LeMahieu. He'll swing and hit this one hard, but foul off to the left and out of play. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Pitch is swung on and hit toward VR at second. Scooped up and not too shabby out of the pen. Takes just 2 pitches to get the ground ball, and that ends the inning. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. Bottom third of the order, 7, 8, 9 due up to start the 7th. It's now 8-4. Chad Green is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7. J.D. Davis the next at bat. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far.
J.D. Davis.
He's set. Here it comes.
Probably a design take right there. They need base runners, so they're going to make them try to bring the ball in the strike zone.
0-1. Here it comes. And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike. Here's a breaking ball, but it doesn't quite find the strike zone. And he fouls this one off. The 2-2. And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2. Jose Martinez will be next. Takes this the other way to right. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And the Mets have something going with nobody out. It's a leadoff double.
When you heard the crack of the bat, you just knew that was going to get down for an extra base hit. Great way to start an inning, that's for sure.
At the plate, Jose Martinez, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
This is going to be an interesting at bat. I think he has to be pitching for a strikeout here, so we'll see what kind of sequence he uses.
Set to deliver the 0-1. Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Hit back up the middle. And that's the first out.
Now batting.
And this is not an easy play when you have to range to your right. He really didn't have a chance to get his feet set, so this is all arm. Nicely done.
Standing in now, James McCann, as he takes a called strike on the black. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Ready with the 0-1. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
This is where, as a batter, you got to find a way to put something in the outfield. Get something elevated. I know you got to battle with 2 strikes and protect, but if anything is belt or above, you got to swing.
Fouled off.
After that slider away, he must have set his sights out there, because he took that fastball in like he had no chance.
He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third. Now to the plate, here is Jonathan Villar. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Man, that's a great take right there. Backdoor slider, just missed the outside corner. This guy must have a really good eye. Most guys swing at that pitch.
Now he turns and smokes this one into deep center field. Oh, he flubbed it. He's in at second safely, as a run will score on the play as well.
Never say never in this game, folks. It's late and the clock is ticking, but that RBI double might start making believers out of the entire dugout. We'll see if they can build on it and maybe get back into this thing.
And here's the former first-round draft choice, Brandon Nimmo, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. And it's fouled away. One and 2. Villar stands at second with 2 gone. That's a foul ball off to the left, and it moves to 1 and 2. Working for the punch out and the offering.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
swing and a looper to left. Here comes Gardner, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass. The tag, and he is out at the plate on a strong throw by Gardner. A great throw from the outfield to cut down the run and end the inning. Certainly worth another look. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. For the plate now is the designated hitter, Aaron Judge,
and he's the reigning American League Player of the Month.
Judge.
First delivery to him. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. The 2-1. Swing, and he takes this the other way to right. Conforto is there to put it away for out number 1.
Now good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
So the next to bat will be Aaron Hicks. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far.
That last at bat, he didn't crush that changeup for a home run, but listen, a home run is a home run. This guy's awfully strong, and he can hit it out to any part of the ballpark.
Ball 1 to start the at bat. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Lofted in the air out to right field. Conforto is over to his right as he puts this one away. 2 down.
Up next for the Yankees, the right fielder, Giancarlo Stanton.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. He bounced out last time up. First pitch coming. Here it is. The windup and the 0-1. Changed things up on him, and he got him to swing through it. 1-2 now.
That was a great hack right there. Timing was on point. Just sometimes you have bad bat barrel accuracy.
And he struck him out, so he's down on strikes for the second time this afternoon. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. They're on top by 3, 8-5. Zach Britton will come on now to make his 30th appearance of the year so far.
Number 53, Zach Britton.
Now at the plate, Dominic Smith. He was sent packing on strikes in his last trip.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system. Especially now, he's got to bear down. He gets the 2 strikes in this spot, has to put the ball in play.
First offering. Breaking ball below the zone. That's ball 1. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage.
Yeah, you know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
What I love right there is just the freedom in that hack. He ain't trying to do anything but hit the baseball as far as he can.
A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. Fastball just inside.
You know, you don't always have to straight challenge a guy on a 3-2 count. With the 3-run lead, no one on base, this is the perfect situation to do it. No reason to nibble and possibly set up a big inning.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
So now to the plate, Pete Alonso, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Got to believe the pitcher's going to trust his defense right here. Look for something down in his zone to induce a ground ball double play.
The 0-2 delivery.
Boy, that's one of the toughest pitches to lay off. A hard breaking ball at the back foot. Tough take on a terrific pitch.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Fouled away. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Sliced hard on the ground, and that gets through, so he'll have his first base hit, make him 1 for 4 in the game now.
You know, as a former infielder, Danny, they always say you can't be in 2 places at once, but you got to be a little frustrated right here that ball found the hole.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. You make a quality pitch, and the guy shoots one through the right side, normally a vacated spot right there. 9 out of 10 times, somebody's there to make that play. Unfortunately, not, and now you've got a couple of guys on.
He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Close there, but he doesn't get the call with the breaking ball. Smith over at second. Alonso on at first with nobody out. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Smith rounds third and is digging for the plate. He scores as they cut it to an 8-6 affair.
Well, the beat goes on with this guy. Runner in scoring position. No doubt when he comes up, he's thinking RBI. What does he do? Double the drive and another run. This guy is a money run producer.
Justin Wilson is going to have his work cut out for him here. 2 runners in scoring position, so he'll try to leave them right where they are.
Wilson.
And that'll bring in the switch hitting Francisco Lindor. He's got it. And there's 1 away.
Now batting, the third baseman, J.D. Davis.
Next, it'll be J.D. Davis trying here to plate the tying run from second. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1.
This is a situation where you have to step out of the box and tell yourself, my job is to get the runner in from third. It'd be nice to gap one and get them both in, but you want to take a little pressure off you offensively and just focus on being productive.
Now the 2-0. Six runs, 13 hits, 1 error in the game for the Mets thus far. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Swing and a miss on a nasty slider right there. Always felt toughest pitch in the game. If you're a guy who liked to work the big part of the field, you were on that fastball middle away. Well, that slider looked like a heater for about 56 feet 6 inches.
Pops this one up. Stanton coming on, and now it'll kick around in the corner. 1 run is in. Throw comes to second, but he is in there with a 2-run double.
Boy, there are base hits, but then there are big base hits, D-Row. This one's getting late. That is a huge 2 RBI base hit to tie things up.
Yeah, Dan, in the late innings, the pressure gets higher. It's who can control their emotions. And from an offensive standpoint, that's a nice job of taking a deep breath and coming through for the team.
Digging in will be Jose Martinez. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind it, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. But Mayhew towards second. He's got it. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. So 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. Home half of the 8th, straight ahead. And we are deadlocked at 8 apiece. Betances will come on to make his 40th appearance this season.
Number 68.
Bottom of the inning now, and that'll bring up the exciting middle infielder Gleyber Torres.
Leading up for the Yankees, the shortstop, Gleyber Torres.
First pitch of the AB on its way. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. And that misses downstairs for a ball. 1-1. Now the pitch.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
The 3-1 takes a strike for a full count now. 3-2.
Hey, I still believe in my heart the best pitch is a well-executed fastball down and away, and that's exactly what that is. He swings at that. That's off the end of the bat. That's not hard contact at all, and that's an easy out for the defense.
This is foul right side. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Another one sent foul. The next 3-2. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Nimmo is there, and he has it for the first out.
Up next for the Yankees, the first baseman, Luke Voit.
Up next, Luke Voit. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Betances is ready. Here's the first pitch. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. Bounced on the ground and right at the shifted infielders. And there's out number 2.
The batter, number 29.
Next to hit is Gio Urshela. Previous history against Dellin Betances. He's hitless in 3 at-bats. First pitch on its way. Eight runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. A ball and a strike. Now a slurve is looked at here for strike 2. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. Here it comes. And he lays off, ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
Now batting, the catcher, Gary Sanchez.
So it's a runner at first with 2 men out, and that'll bring up Gary Sanchez. He's set, and the pitch. And he fouls this one off. Comes set, the 0-1. High fly ball out to deep right field. Racing back the right fielder. And as Yankees fans hear on television quite frequently, see ya! A 2-run blast to straightaway right field as they've taken a 2-run lead. We've seen these squads go yards 6 times now today. This game has developed into an absolute slugfest, huh, guys?
Dan, I can only speak from my own past experiences. When the flags are blowing out, you want as many at-bats as you can, and that's exactly what's happened. This ball's jumping.
You know, D-Row, this is always a nightmare for a pitcher. Not only is this a good hitting ballpark, but the wind blows out on top of it. This is the last place you want to be a pitcher at.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing here on the pitch inside, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the home plate umpire. Strike 2. Now here's the pitch. Fouled off. The next 0-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Yankees get a couple on the 2-run home run. Last chance coming up here for the Metropolitans. It's the Yankees 10 and the Mets 8. Aroldis Chapman takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Number 54, Aroldis Chapman.
So stepping in is Jonathan Villar. Lifetime line against Chapman. He's gone 2 for 8. He's also been a strikeout victim 6 times. Here's the first pitch.
Hey, that's a heck of a pitch right there. If he's able to execute with that type of velocity, fastballs up and in, I can't imagine. Not only is he going to break a ton of bats today, but he's going to open up that down and away with the soft stuff later in the game.
And a great start to the 9th, as this ought to be extra bases. And the Mets have something going with nobody out. It's a leadoff double.
That's exactly what they needed. Down by 2 runs, the leadoff man puts himself in scoring position with the tying run coming to plate. The temptation for the next batter is to swing for the fences and tie it up with 1 swing, but a base hit brings home a run and keeps momentum on your side. We'll see how he goes about it.
Brandon Nimmo stands in as he swings and misses for strike 1. Villar stands at second with no outs. Pulled toward right center field. On the move is Stanton. He gets there to put it away, but the runner tags and breaks for third. And he'll make it up to third safely here with 1 away. Big spot here, and it'll be Dominic Smith, though they might pitch around him here with a couple of bases empty. Oh, this ball is hammered to deep center field. Looking up is Hicks. And as Mets fans have heard before, that ball's out of here. Two-run shot to straightaway center, and we are tied again.
Big time at bat right there. Team trailing, and he ties it up with a bomb. Interested to see how this one finishes out.
Into the box, Pete Alonso, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike one. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. And it's fouled away. The 0-2 on its way from Chapman.
As a pitcher right there, do not be surprised if he throws the same exact pitch. He was lucky to foul that one off.
Smoke toward the hole. Oh, what a stop on the slide. What a play. And stepping in, Michael Conforto. He's 2 for 4 in this one. First pitch of the AB on its way, as he'll take a look at ball one.
From an offensive standpoint, this is where you got to push the throttle right here. You've had a couple hits in the inning. You got a 1-0 count leverage. Let's see if he can gap something.
The set and the 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now. 2 out, nobody on. And he strikes him out on a good pitch, so 1 run can win it as we head to the bottom of the inning. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run home run. Home half of the 9th is straight ahead. This is Aaron Luke enters to do the pitching, and best case scenario for him is to push this one into extra innings. All set for the bottom of the 9th, and that'll give way to the veteran second baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
Second baseman, DJ
LeMahieu. Now the first pitch. Right there for strike one.
You know, some guys just don't like pulling the trigger in a 0-0 count. They don't like the ambush tactic. They like to calibrate the speed, maybe pick up the brake. They want to know everything your ball does before they pull the trigger.
Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2.
Swung underneath that pitch, so he was either trying to elevate the ball or he was expecting a pitch to be a sinker and drop more than it did.
1-2 to DJ LeMahieu. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The 1-2 misses for the second ball. And every pitch so crucial in a tie ball game, so he'll step out and ask for time. Two and 2 count. Here it comes.
From 0-2 to 3-2, what a great at bat to start this inning off. Hey, this could be a productive inning.
Now the payoff pitch home. Right back to him on the mound, and he'll flip on to first to record the out.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Next will be the designated hitter, Aaron Judge. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch on its way. A ball and no strikes. on the ground up the middle. And that'll find its way into center field for a one-out hit. So he waited till the ninth inning, but he comes through here to extend the hit streak. That was close.
Yeah, Matty B, you see that wry smile of him coming out of the box right there. He knew what was on the line. He'd be lying if he did it.
There's a lot of pressure on you because you're walking into that batter's box thinking, I have a nice streak going, and this is more than likely going to be my last AB. He comes through in the clutch.
To the plate now, Aaron Hicks. He could make these fans go nuts and secure the win if he can place a ball deep enough into the gap. The 0-1. Possible winning run on first, one man away. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
That's where he wants that sinker to end up, but that was a nice job of laying off.
Now the 2-1. Lays off the changeup, and he's ahead in the count now, 3-1.
I love the approach out on the mound. Everything's down in the zone as it should be, but now you find yourself in a 3-1 count. Do you elevate a little bit more and get back in this zone, or do you just pitch around them?
Drilled to the right side, and that finds its way through for a base hit. Throw comes in quickly, so the winning run advances to second now with only one away.
The right fielder.
I think the whole ballpark knew he was going to go with the sinker right there to induce the double play. The only problem is he can't guarantee it's going to be hit right at one of his infielders. Tough luck.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. His day at the plate hasn't amounted to much, 0 for 4, but this is a great opportunity to make amends.
Well, when your team really needs you, like they need it right here, you have to be able to put your personal struggles out of your mind. Right now is all that matters.
Somebody's getting frustrated. He's not used to getting hit around like this.
The 1-0. Possible game winners at second base here with one away. One pitch is a curveball that misses, ball 2.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
Now the 2-1. Strike 2 as that's taken on the outside part of the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Got him. And that's the third time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
Well, this pitching staff has done a pretty good job right there. That's the fourth time he struck out. And we're only in the second game of this series.
Next up will be Gleyber Torres, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0 for 4 ball game right here. Comes set, the 0-1.
So 2 pitches in a row on the outside corner for strikes. You think he stays out there?
I think he does. One thing you don't want to do, though, Matt, it's not a good idea to throw the same hitter, the same pitch 3 times in a row, back to back to back, but I think he might throw it here.
In the dirt here. Good work there to prevent any advance. It's 1-2. And this one's in the dirt. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. Possible winning runs at second with 2 down, however. Got him swinging, and that's the 3rd out. Clearly fired up to work out of that jam. More from MLB Network Saturday Baseball after this. Jonathan Loaizaga takes the mound as he'll be the first man to pitch here in extra innings.
Number 43, Jonathan Loaizaga.
Francisco Lindor will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now. Here's the first pitch. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
This has to be a productive at-bat right here. I know you want to drive the run in and get the RBI, but you have to find a way.
Oh, and look at this. High in the air and deep. And when this ball comes down, they'll have taken the lead. Home run. A two-run blast to straightaway right field as they've taken a two-run lead. This has been quite a hitting display from both sides. That's home run number 8 on the day.
Yeah, thanks, Matty V. You know what, D-Row, when the wind's blowing out like it is today, you're going to see a lot of home runs, and that's what we saw.
Yeah, Dan, you know this as a pitcher. You can mishit a ball, and it's going to the cheap seats today. They did an excellent job of changing their approach and getting balls in the air.
3 for 4 so far, and seeing it well in this ball game. Behind 0-2 now. 0-2 count, and the pitch. And they'll try to bounce a curveball on 0-2, but he holds back. It's 1-2 now. Did well just to make contact there as he spoils off a good changeup. Bases are empty here, nobody out. Lifted in the air out towards left center. After it is Hicks, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out.
Up next for the Mets, the designated hitter.
Striding in is Jose Martinez, grounded out in his last at bat. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch, and he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1.
Hey, a changeup can be a pretty good pitch on the first pitch. Kind of slow down a good fastball hitter.
Still only 1 out in the inning. Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball.
He didn't look overly fooled right there because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2, but he certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one.
That's the 3rd time in this game he's gone down on strikes. Not the game he was hoping to have when he was taking batting practice, but at least his guys are ahead.
Stepping in now, James McCann. No balls and 1 strike. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
2 mid-90s fastballs right there that he doesn't seem to think he can catch up to. I wouldn't be shocked if he came right at him again with another good one.
Fouled away. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, and that's in there. Base hit. Around second now, and this ball still hasn't been fielded. And he is into third with a 2-out triple.
Wow, it looked like he was carrying a piano around the bases on that one. But somehow he makes it all the way around to third for a triple. Give credit where credit is due. Nobody in the park, including me, thought he had that in him.
Hicks will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. But the Mets do strike for 2, both coming on this 2-run home run. Last chance coming up here for the Bombers. It's the Mets 12 and the Yankees 10. Seth Lugo takes the ball, looking to make sure this game goes no further. Save situation here in inning number 10. Ready for the bottom of the 10th here, and stepping in the long ball threat, Luke Voigt.
The first baseman, Luke Voigt.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd. Foul. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And this is swung on and missed. And boy, they took care of a key man there. One away.
Now batting, number 29.
And now in the box, Gio Urshela. Past matchups against Seth Lugo. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. First pitch on its way.
You know, in this situation, you almost have to pitch like there's no one on base. That run really doesn't mean anything with the lead they've got. The hitter is the guy that can turn this game on its head.
The 1-0. A swing and a miss. That's the first strike.
Hey, this offense has this closer in trouble right here. They have to find a way to keep applying pressure. I don't know. Everybody top step in the dugout. Get on this guy and make him nervous.
As a look, now the pitch. A good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2. To the right side and through, a base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only one away.
Matty, it's hard to say right here. I got to believe they dove into the scouting reports on every outfield arm. He did not take an aggressive pass coming around third base bag right there. So I just think the third base coach had to hold him.
Gary Sanchez stands in looking for home run number 3 right here as you see what he's done so far in this one. Now the first pitch. And he fouls this one off. Its way, the 0-1 pitch. Slow roller down the third baseline. But this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. Runners are at first and third, 1 away. 1-2 to the Yankees catcher.
Hey, he threw that pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by, though, as a hitter.
The 1-2. Misses, ball 2.
Man, this at-bat has changed quickly from 0-2 now to 2-2. A good job of plate discipline by this hitter, not chasing those pitches just off the plate.
Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away.
That's a big strikeout there with the tying run over at first base. Now, with 2 outs, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that guy home. Probably need a ball in the gap to give him a chance.
Odor will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line.
Number 12, Ruben. Oh, goal.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch as he hits one on a line to left field. And that is through for a base hit. And the move to the bench will pay off handsomely.
Boy, talking about picking your teammate up after that strikeout, Hero. Big, I mean big 2-out RBI single.
Yeah, way to come through for your team. When you take the donut off your bat right there, you're trying to pick up your teammate. He had the right game plan, didn't come outside it, stayed through the baseball, and was able to come through.
In now, DJ LeMahieu. And this is in the air to right. And this should do it. And he'll put this one away for the final out. And the Mets have come back to even up this series at a game apiece as this ball game is over. A 12-11 final in this ball game. The New York Mets get the win on the heels of 4 home runs. Aaron Luke earns his 3rd win of the year in relief. Seth Lugo hammers down the save, his 25th of the year. So that's a wrap for us in this one. Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, Matt Vasgersian, we all thank you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. See you next time.